there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Divine Feminine Awakened. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're about to embark on a magical journey exploring one of the most fascinating and powerful energies out there, the Divine Feminine. Now, today's episode has a very special vibe we all love. We are in the Burr months, the time of rest. We have a full moon in Taurus, the beaver moon or frost moon, a super moon, by the way, this Friday, the 15th? And we've got Yule on its way. Now, tonight we're chatting over tea. I've got my favorite orange spice tea here with me in my favorite mug with a little moonlight outside my window. You know how we roll. So yeah, we're going to cover everything from the history of the divine feminine energy, its deep connections to the cycles of nature and moon phases, and what it means to awaken this energy in your life. Plus, I've got some woo-woo, little witchy insights into how we can use rituals, yoga, and your intuition to fully embrace it. By the end of the episode, you'll be glowing with the divine feminine energy. So light your favorite candle or incense, grab your crystals, and let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is divine feminine energy? I know it all sounds mystical and mysterious, but really, it's the energy we all carry inside of us. Divine feminine energy is that soft, intuitive, nurturing side of ourselves that feels deeply connected to the world around us. Think Mother Earth vibes. It's often paired with its counterpart, the divine masculine energy. Now, I know when we hear masculine and feminine, our brains go straight to gender roles, but forget that for a minute. This has nothing to do with gender. We all have both energies inside us. Masculine energy is about action, structure, and doing, and the feminine, well, she's all about flow, creativity, intuition, and being. It's like the sun and the moon, both powerful, both essential, but oh so different in their energy. When you tap into your divine feminine, you're getting in touch with that inner wisdom, that gut feeling, that deep knowing that doesn't need logic or explanation. It's that nurturing, life-giving energy, which, by the way, doesn't just mean taking care of others. It means nurturing yourself too. All right. Let's take a little trip back in time and dig into the history of divine feminine energy because you all know I love a good story. So, for thousands of years, ancient cultures all over the world revered the divine feminine. In ancient Egypt, you had Isis, the mother goddess, the role model for all women, who was seen as the ultimate protector of life, representing creation, magic, and healing. Seriously, she was the OG witch, known for her magical abilities to bring life from death. Like, how badass is that? Then, over in India, you've got Shakti energy, which is the divine cosmic energy responsible for creation and everything that moves in the universe. The goddess is Durga, Parvati, and Kali are all manifestations of this energy. Talk about fierce feminine power. Durga is often depicted riding a lion or a tiger, symbolizing her strength. And Kali, well, she's the goddess of destruction and rebirth. She represents the part of the divine feminine that isn't afraid to burn things to the ground to make way for new growth. And in ancient Greece, you had Artemis, goddess of the hunt, protector of women and animals, often depicted with her bow and arrow, running wild and free in the forest. And then there's Hecate, the triple goddess of witchcraft, magic, and the moon, standing at the crossroads, guiding souls through transformation. And of course, there's my girl, the moon, La Luna, our celestial mother, worshipped for millennia as representation of the feminine. Ancient cultures mapped their lives around the moon phases, honoring its waxing and waning as a reflection of the cylindrical nature of life. And then the full moon is often seen as a time of manifestation and power, while the new moon is a time of reflection and setting intentions. Sound familiar, witches? Now, as time went on, and of course the patriarchal structure took over, this deep reverence for the feminine began to fade. Goddess worship was replaced by male-dominated religions, and feminine energy was ultimately suppressed. An example of this is when Aristotle, 4th century BCE, shared his idea, and I'm paraphrasing here, that a man's role in creating a child is more significant than a woman's. And it wasn't until much later in time that his concept was actually disproven. And then here we are in 2024, witnessing the reawakening of this energy. And let me tell you, the timing couldn't be better. Cue the song Age of Aquarius. Know the history, let's talk about what it means to awaken this energy within yourself. To put it simply, awakening your divine feminine is about turning into the softer, more intuitive side of yourself. It's like calling back all those parts of you that have been quieted or forgotten and letting them shine again. Think about how you feel on a rainy day. Snuggled up with a book, a hot cup of tea or cocoa, maybe coffee. There's no rush, no need to do anything but just be. That's the divine feminine energy. It's presence, it's in flow. It trusts that everything is unfolding in the perfect timing. It's about allowing instead of forcing things. And for me, one of the first steps in awakening this energy was learning to trust my intuition again. We're all taught to rely so heavily on logic and reason, but intuition, your gut feeling, is so powerful. It's your inner witch speaking to you, guiding you. And the more you listen, the louder she becomes. Awakening this energy is also about getting in touch with your emotions. How many times have we been told to suppress our emotions or hide them because they make us look weak? Nah, man. Emotions are powerful. They're messengers, letting us know when we're aligned or when we need to shift course. It's also about embracing your creativity. The divine feminine is the ultimate creator, whether you're bringing life into the world, painting, writing, or just creating space for yourself to rest and reflect. That's all divine feminine energy. Okay, now let's dive in how this energy connects to creativity, intuition, and of course, your inner witch. Creativity is the embodiment of the divine feminine. Creation is the core of who she is. Think about the feminine ability to create life. That's not just limited to motherhood either. This energy fuels artistic expression, writing, dancing, gardening, whatever form of creation lights you up. Whether it's a new idea or a piece of art, you're in tune with the divine source when you're creating. Then we have intuition. Oh, that magical gift we have. You know that little voice that tells you what's right, even when the world is screaming otherwise? That's your intuition, and it's deeply rooted in the feminine. As women, we've been taught to ignore this gift or worse, second guess it. You know, how many times have we been told we're crazy when we just knew something was happening? But when you fully embrace divine feminine energy, you stop looking for answers outside of yourself and you really start trusting that inner knowing, like setting an intention, saying a prayer, doing spell work. You just know it's working, even if you can't see it right away. And finally, let's talk about the witchy connection or the woo woo connection if the word witch makes you uncomfortable, whatever you want to call it. The divine feminine has always been linked to pagan practices. When we talk about things like manifestation, moon magic, and connecting to the earth, we're working with this energy. The moon, especially, is a guide for the divine feminine. Each phase represents a different part of the cycle, just like we go through cycles in life. New moons are for setting intentions, waxing moons are for building, full moons for celebrating and releasing, and waning moons for reflection and rest, allowing the universe to do its work. I mean, there are many beautiful rituals to connect with the divine feminine energy, each tapping into different aspects of this nurturing, intuitive force. Here's a few you might find intriguing and empowering. So, moon rituals, specifically full moon rituals. You know, as I said, the full moon is a powerful time for manifestation and celebrating your divine feminine energy. Create a sacred space with candles, crystals, you know, perhaps a moonstone if you have one. Write down your intentions or just what you wish to release on a piece of paper, and then in a fire safe container or maybe outside in a fire, burn pit, what have you, safely burn that piece of paper, letting the smoke carry your wishes that you wrote down into the universe. And then you've got new moon rituals. So on the new moon, you're going to use it to reflect and set new intentions. Like you can meditate or journal about what you want to bring into your life, focusing on your desires and dreams. This is a time for planting seeds and envisioning your goals. So take time to visualize what you want your life to look like. Another option you have is goddess worship. So if you're into any sort of deity worship, you can create things like a goddess altar. Create an altar that's dedicated to a goddess or a feminine deity that resonates with you. This could be a space with candles, crystals. It can have symbols on it, even images of the goddess. And then spend time at the altar, meditating or praying or just simply connecting with the energy of the goddess. There are also goddess invocations. So you can invoke the energy of a particular goddess during meditation or ritual. You might use prayers or affirmations associated with her to guide you. For example, invoke Isis for protection and magic, or Kali for transformation and rebirth. Now, I will caution that if you are unfamiliar with these practices, I highly encourage you to become familiar with them, find a mentor or something before you get into these types of practices. Self-care rituals. So something like a sacred bath, preparing a bath with things like essential oils or herbs and flower petals that you like. Light candles, play some soft music and soak in the water, visualizing the divine feminine energy, cleansing and rejuvenating you. This is really a great way to connect with your sensual and nurturing side. You also have a moonflower ritual. So on a full moon or new moon light, you're going to create a relaxing environment with soft lighting and soothing music. And then you use this time to pamper yourself with maybe a face mask, a soothing tea, a gentle yoga session, really celebrating femininity and self-love. And then you've got those creativity practices. So things like writing and journaling, keeping a journal where you explore your inner thoughts, those dreams, and your intuition, using writing prompts like, what does the divine feminine mean to me? Or how can I honor my feminine energy today? Those types of prompts can really help deepen your connection. One of my personal favorites is you've got some nature rituals. So maybe an earth connection. So you spend time outdoors, walking barefoot on the earth, or hugging a tree. Nature is a powerful manifestation of the divine feminine, and connecting with it can ground and center you. You've also got your seasonal celebrations. So, celebrating the changes of the seasons with rituals that honor the cycles of nature. For example, during the spring equinox, focusing on renewal and growth, while the winter solstice, which is coming up, that can be a time for reflection and introspection. And then another ritual that you have as an option is yoga and meditation. Meditation, if you have an issue sitting in silence or you're new to meditation, engage in some guided meditations. Like the one that we're going to be doing today, that focus on connecting with your inner feminine. Visualize yourself surrounded by nurturing life, or imagine embodying the qualities of a specific goddess. I also have several other guided meditations that are on my YouTube channel if you want to take a look at that. But you don't have to listen to mine. You really can find any guided meditation that resonates with you and use that as one of your rituals. I often like to do a yoga practice before moving into meditation because the yoga asanas itself is designed to put your mind and body in a state that is ready for meditation. So, adding a meditation session after your yoga session can be very, very beneficial to your daily or regular self care routine. Now, more rituals as we're continuing that conversation is those rituals that are honoring those cycles like we talked about. So we talked about the seasonal celebrations. What about just the ceremonies of change, celebrating those major life transitions or personal growth with rituals that honor the cylindrical nature of life? You know, this could be anything from a rite of passage to a new job or maybe a new relationship. And then you've got community and sisterhood. So, circle gatherings, participate in or create women's circles where you can share experiences, support each other, and celebrate feminine energy together. These gatherings can be powerful spaces for collective healing and empowerment. And I think now more than ever, ladies, we need sisterhood and we need community. And that is also something that I provide. So check out my Facebook. I've got a great group where I'm trying to build a community of divine feminine women. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and take a look at it. And then finally, with your rituals, just sharing and listening. I mean, often times we forget to listen to each other, and it can definitely be a reciprocal relationship. But engaging in deep conversations with friends or mentors about the divine feminine, share stories or experiences and insights to foster a sense of connection and community. I know many of wise women that have great insights to share with maybe our younger counterparts. And our younger counterparts may have stories or experiences to share with us where we can build that connection and community. What I love about all of these rituals is they really can be tailored to fit your personal practice and preferences. So if you're not into the woo woo side of it, you don't have to make it that. You can make it whatever you want it to be because they're meant to be empowering and deeply personal. So feel free to adapt them to what resonates with you the most. Okay, let's get serious for a second. This energy isn't just about personal growth. It's about healing on a collective level, too. We've been living in a world dominated by masculine energy for so long that things have gotten out of balance. We see it in our communities, in the way we treat the planet, and even in the way we treat ourselves. Divine feminine energy brings healing by reminding us of the importance of compassion, connection, and intuition. And on a personal level, when you embrace this energy, you start healing the parts of yourself that have been wounded by societal expectations. You stop hustling for worth and start being worthy just by existing. On a collective level, as more people awaken to this energy, we start to heal the world. We return to a place of balance where both the masculine and feminine are valued. This energy is all about nurturing the earth, healing our relationships, and creating a world where we collaborate and care for one another. All right. So, I had to bring it back to yoga. Yoga is such a beautiful practice for awakening your divine feminine energy. Why? Because yoga is all about balance. It brings together the masculine and feminine in this gorgeous flowing dance. And when we talk about tapping into the feminine, think about poses that open you up and connect you to your intuition and inner wisdom. Poses like child's pose, dancer's pose, and goddess pose are wonderful for this. They encourage openness, creativity, and nurturing energy. Child's pose, for example, is a restorative pose that allows you to connect deeply with your inner self, fostering a sense of safety and calm. It's a great way to listen to your body and intuition. Dancer's pose is all about grace and balance. It requires you to trust your body and embrace its fluidity, which is so aligned with the divine feminine energy. It encourages you to celebrate your body's movement and creativity. And goddess pose is a fantastic pose for invoking that powerful, nurturing energy. It opens the hips, strengthens the legs, and allows you to feel grounded and connected to the earth. It's a great way to embody the strength and compassion of the divine feminine. Incorporating gentle flowing sequences and focusing on breath work can also enhance this connection. Breath work or pranayama helps in centering and calming the mind, allowing you to better tune into your intuition and emotional state. And then let's not forget about moon salutations, a lovely alternative to sun salutations. And this one's designed specifically to honor the moon phases and feminine energy. They're perfect for aligning your practice with the cycles of nature, which is a beautiful way to honor the divine feminine. All right. Let's take a little pause and dive into a guided meditation to help you connect even more deeply with your divine feminine energy. So, when you're ready, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position and let's get started. So, sitting in a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, spine is extended yet relaxed. And go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Hold it for a moment and then exhale slowly through your mouth. And do this a few more times, letting your body relax with each breath. Imagine yourself in a serene garden under the light of a full moon. Feel the soft, cool earth beneath you and let its calming energy seep into your body. Visualize the moonlight bathing you in its gentle glow, connecting you with the divine feminine. And as you sit here, envision a warm, golden light surrounding you. This light represents the divine feminine energy, nurturing, loving, and full of creative power. Feel this life envelop you, gently awakening your inner wisdom and intuition. Now imagine a beautiful ancient tree in the center of this garden. Its branches stretch wide and its roots go deep into the earth. This tree symbolizes the balance of strength and nurturing. Feel yourself connecting to this tree, drawing the strength from its roots and softness from its branches. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, release any tension or worries you may be holding on to. Let them flow away, leaving you calm and centered. With each breath, feel more connected to the energy of the divine feminine. Repeat these affirmations either silently or aloud to yourself. I am in touch with my inner wisdom. I embrace my creativity and intuition. I am connected to the nourishing energy of the earth. I honor and celebrate my divine feminine energy. Allow yourself to sit in this peaceful space for a few more moments, soaking in the energy and letting it fill you up. When you're ready, gently start to bring awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and slowly open your eyes. Take a deep breath in and feel refreshed, balanced, and aligned with your divine feminine energy. And there you have it, my magical friends. I hope today's episode has helped you feel more connected to your divine feminine energy. Remember, this energy isn't something you need to strive for, it's already a part of you. Embrace it, honor it, and let it guide you in your creative pursuits, your intuition, and your nurturing nature. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. I'd love to hear how you're connecting to your divine feminine. And as always, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Until next time, keep embracing your inner magic and stay aligned with your intuition and continue to celebrate that beautiful divine feminine energy.